Hello everybody who has clicked on this video. Thank you for giving me time out of your already preoccupied time, and welcome to my channel. This is the first time I'm upgrading to this style of video, so please bear with me. Today we're diving into a book that comes highly recommended to anyone interested in law, debate, or just mastering the art of persuasion. It's called The Art of Cross-Examination by Wellman. Whether you're a pre-law student, a true crime fan, or just someone who loves a good courtroom drama, this book reveals timeless strategies for outsmarting your opponent and winning arguments. In this video, I'll break down the key lessons from each chapter, so you can learn how to think like a top-notch lawyer for thorough preparation before setting foot in the courtroom. So let's get started. Chapter 1 gives an introduction. This chapter sets the stage for why cross-examination is such a powerful tool in the courtroom. Wellman explains that cross-examination is not just about finding the truth, but also exposing lies, inconsistencies, and weaknesses in a witness's testimony. He emphasizes that mastering this skill can make or break a case. Chapter 2, The Manner of Cross-Examination. In this chapter, Wellman dives into the how of cross-examination. He talks about the importance of staying calm, confident, and respectful, even when dealing with difficult witnesses. He warns against being too aggressive or confrontational, as it can backfire and make the witness seem more credible to the jury. Chapter 3, The Matter of Cross-Examination. This chapter focuses on the content of your questions. Wellman advises lawyers to be strategic and only ask questions they already know the answers to. He stresses the importance of preparation and knowing the case inside and out so you can trap witnesses in their own words. Chapter 4, Cross-Examination to Discredit. Wellman explains how to undermine a witness's credibility. This includes exposing biases, inconsistencies, or lies in their testimony. He shares examples of how to subtly plant doubt in the jury's mind without coming across as overly hostile. Chapter 5, Cross-Examination of Experts. Dealing with expert witnesses can be tricky because they often come across as highly knowledgeable and trustworthy. Wellman provides strategies for challenging their expertise, such as questioning their methods, biases, or even their qualifications without alienating the jury. Chapter 6, Cross-Examination of the Perjured Witness. This chapter is all about dealing with witnesses who are lying. Wellman explains how to carefully dismantle their false testimony by catching them in contradictions or pointing out details that don't add up. He emphasizes the importance of patience and precision in these situations. Chapter 7, Cross-Examination of the Defendant. Cross-examining the defendant is a delicate balancing art. Wellman discusses how to approach this without appearing overly aggressive or unfair. He suggests focusing on the facts and avoiding emotional attacks, as jurors may sympathize with the defendant if they feel the lawyer is being too harsh. Chapter 8, Cross-Examination in Criminal Cases. Wellman highlights the unique challenges of cross-examining witnesses in criminal cases, where emotions often run high. He provides tips for staying focused on the evidence and avoiding distractions, as well as how to handle witnesses who may be intimidated or uncooperative. Chapter 9, Cross-Examination in Civil Cases. In civil cases, the stakes are often about money rather than freedom, but the principles of cross-examination remain the same. Wellman explains how to adapt your approach to fit the context of civil litigation, such as focusing on financial motives or contractual details. Chapter 10, The Cross-Examination of Women. This chapter reflects the time period in which the book was written, early 20th century, and discusses the perceived differences in cross-examining women. While some of the advice may feel outdated, the underlying idea is about understanding the psychology of the witness and adapting your approach accordingly. Chapter 11, The Cross-Examination of Richard Pigott. This chapter is a case study of a famous cross-examination where Wellman dissects how a lawyer successfully exposed a witness as a liar. It's a practical example of the principles discussed earlier in the book, showing how preparation and strategy can lead to a dramatic courtroom victory. Chapter 12, The Dangers of Cross-Examination. Wellman wraps up this chapter by warning about the risks of cross-examination. If it's poorly done, it can strengthen the other side's case or alienate the jury. Wellman reminds readers that cross-examination is a double-edged sword and should be used carefully and thoughtfully. Chapter 13, The Cross-Examination of Accomplices. This chapter focuses on how to handle witnesses who are accomplices to the crime. Wellman explains that these witnesses often have ulterior motives, such as reducing their own sentences. He provides strategies for exposing their biases and undermining their credibility. Chapter 14. The Cross-Examination of Police Officers. Wellman discusses the challenges of cross-examining police officers and official witnesses, who are often seen as authoritative and trustworthy by juries. Wellman suggests focusing on potential errors in their reports, biases, and procedural mistakes to weaken their testimony. Chapter 15. The Cross-Examination of Character Witnesses. In this final chapter, Wellman tackles character witnesses, people who testify about the defendant's reputation or personality. He explains how to challenge their credibility by questioning their relationship to the defendant or pointing out inconsistencies in their testimony. The key takeaways from this book is basically that cross-examination is about strategy, not just confrontation. Preparation is key. Know your case and your witnesses. Stay calm and respectful to avoid alienating the jury. Use cross-examination to expose lies, inconsistencies, and biases. Be cautious. Poor cross-examination can backfire. And that's it. We've covered all 15 chapters of The Art of Cross-Examination by Francis L. Wellman. For understanding the importance of preparation to mastering the psychology of witnesses, these strategies aren't just for lawyers. They can help you in everyday conversations, debates, and even job interviews. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on these deep dives like this. And hey, if you read the book or have any thoughts on cross-examination, drop a comment below, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep sharpening those skills and stay curious.